We are recording.
Hi, everybody. This is Jason.
And this is Pete.
And this is the Lost Legions podcast. And today, what are we here to talk to you about, Pete?
Broken or beautiful? No?
Broken or beautiful what?
Yeah. Broken or beautiful. Heavy weapon squads. Guess the gun. Everyone knows it.
Heavy bolters.
Oh, no, heavy bolters.
The wrong video.
Oh, God. Yeah, off. See ya. Yeah, Lascannon Marines. We're going to be talking about Lascannon Marines in all their glory. Yes.
Yeah.
Check out this show.
So, let's talk about Lascannons and what do they do?
They end lives. They
marriages, friendships, anything.
Yeah. So the humble Lascannon is a great tool. It is for those that don't know, this is going to be aimed at perhaps the new person or newer person picking up a box of plastic Marines with the plastic heavy weapon kits and thinking, these look pretty cool. So they are Strength 9, AP2, and obtain the rule Sunder, which means they get to re-roll failed armor penetration rolls against vehicles. So what
I always forget about the first round now because they just got Sunder this edition. So.
Yeah. You're not alone. Callum didn't understand that his Death Guard all have Sunder. He's like, he's got like 20 Lascannons in his list. Like, they all have Sunder. I'm like, yes, every
time I forget, and then my opponent shoots, and I'm like, they have Sunder. I forgot.
So, what issues does this present? Because let's be honest, it's going to be good at killing vehicles, like really good at killing vehicles. It's range 48. Get nothing to hate about that. It's going to be great at killing elite infantry as well.
Yeah, because you're hitting armor 13 and you're basically on a 4, you're doing a hull point. And if you have 5 guys, which is pretty easy to put in there, you probably can either destroy or cripple a armor 13 vehicle. You can definitely put some hull points on it. If you have 10 guys, which is way more common now, you're going to just blast through it. You might even take out a squadron of vehicles.
Yes.
They are really tough to deal with. I think that actually this is a good thing. How do you deal with them? When you're an opponent on the other side and you have a guy with 10 Lascannons, what do you do?
Well, the issues with them... Strategy. Yeah, the issues straight away with them, or not issues, that's not the right word to use, but the biggest threat is that they can shoot back with their reactions, right? So that's the biggest problem. So you can't just, destroy them with light arm fire or hose them with some bolters and try and kill a few, because you will lose that squad that has just shot at them, or be to the point where you're no longer combat effective.
I think this is interesting because maybe you do want to shoot at them with that bolter squad, because if they then shoot back, you have something better, because this is how I deal with them. All right. I will shoot 5 recon Marines at them, and they will shoot the recon Marines back, and then I shoot them with my 10 Lascannons.
Yeah.
And then they're gone. Or if you are in range, I think this is more the problem. You're going to shoot at them with something like the 10 bolters and hope they shoot back, right?
Yeah, okay. I see what you mean.
You gotta, in my opinion, you gotta bait them out. Otherwise, you're just taking it on the chin.
Yeah.
But if you shoot them with 5 recon Marines, if you have 2 squads of 5 recon Marines, they have to shoot you back because they could be pinned.
Yeah.
Because they make that choice when you shoot. They don't wait and then see if they're pinned.
Yeah.
They have to make that choice right away. So most of the time, players are like, well, I'll shoot back, because if not, I'm pinned.
Yeah. Actually, the more and more I think about it, you're right. Just pepper them with bolters. They will drop, won't they?
Yeah. It's happened to me because I run them with my Night Lords a lot. And, a lot of times I'll wait because I want to shoot back at the vehicles or something. I want to shoot back at the thing that I really want to kill, which I know will shoot me. So some bolter squad shoots at me with 10 bolters, and I'm like, I'll be fine. I'll take it on the sergeant.
Yeah.
And then the sergeant dies, and then I run away. And they don't have a Vexilla see the other video. When people said we should buy take a Vexilla, and I'm like, oh, I never take Vexilla.
See the other video.
The other video.
I'll link you
here.
Yeah, I'll link you to the exact minute of that video. Yeah, where we talk about Vexillas. Yeah, no, yeah, you're right. No, so yeah, I actually complete 180. You know, you're right. You do gun them down with the things that doesn't matter, the things that they don't want to be shooting back at, which is how I've always dealt with them with flare shield Spartans. Like, yeah, I'll just bully you with Lascannons, and what you're going to do, glance me back. Like, okay, cool. That's my little tactic for them. But yeah, no, you're right. No,
so talk through more about that, because I think that's actually you and I have dealt with them differently.
Yeah.
How do you deal with them?
Well, we've mentioned this a couple of times in different videos, so I don't want to go on about too much here. But basically, the fact that you are flare shielded with a Spartan, if you purchase it, of course, the same with a Kratos, you can do as well, or any flare shield vehicle. Even with their Sunder, they're very unlikely going to destroy your vehicle. They would have to roll 6 6s with Sunder to glance you out. They cannot pen you unless they are a Night Lords Lascannon team, because they need 1 less to pen, or they are an Iron Warriors Lascannon team, because they get +1 strength. The reason why this hasn't been an issue for me is because I'm playing as a Traitor's Emperor's Children, so I very rarely come up against those other traitor forces. So it's
unless
not been an issue. Unless I'm playing you, and then it hurts big time. Yeah. So that's how
nighttime. You're scared. I could pen your Spartan. You really just hate me.
So that's how you've dealt with them. So that's how I've dealt with them. How you've dealt with them, I guess, is using the sniper rifles to pin them at range, and that's it. Yeah, and use your shroud bombs to be further away when you're not further away, and all that sort of stuff, which is quite nice.
Yes.
Yeah. Cool. Which is good.
Yeah, I mean, because you can outrange them with sniper rifles too. That's the other thing you could do.
Oh, you got 72 inches, haven't you? Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Well, that just happened to me. I played a game with Hoy the other day, my buddy who's new, and he set up, and I didn't mean to do this, but it was just like diagonal across the table. He set up his Lascannon second, and I went to shoot at him, and I'm like, oh, they are 1 inch out of range. And all game, I was just like 5 snipers just kept shooting his 5 Lascannons, and it was like 1 a turn, 1 guy a turn just died.
Yeah.
And it was, it was a great way to deal with it. I'd never pinned him, unfortunately, but like it still was a way to deal with it.
So do we think the issue with these is more the fact that how inexpensive they are? Because what's 10 guys, like 230 odd points, 240 points?
It's about 300 points.
Oh, is it 300? Okay.
Yeah. With when you have an augury scanner in there, and you're gonna want to take the augury scanner because not only does it shoot back at anything that deep strikes, or shoot anything that deep strikes, but you can see over 24 inches at night.
Yeah, which is huge.
Yes, it's frequently always going to be night on turn 1. So you really want that. You still suffer the -1 to hit, but just being able to fire is huge.
Yeah.
So, or fire back. Like if someone else has an augury scanner and they shoot you, you can't fire back unless you can see them.
Yeah.
So yeah, you definitely want to take an augury scanner on these guys, as Pete has spoken of in another video, which I referred to, which there might or might not be a link to. You want to take a Vexilla on these guys because they are going to be running off the table if you fail
because you're going to want to deploy them towards the back of your table edge, because you're going to want to maximize their 48-inch range, right? You're not going to want to get them close to the enemy. They get shot, they could run away. So
go ahead.
So I think they are broken or beautiful is a big question. I think they're broken. When we last did a broken and beautiful video, it was about the Volkite Culverins. I think these guys are worse. At the time, I didn't think these guys were worse, but now I definitely think these guys are worse, because each one is so capable of taking out elite infantry as well as everything else in the game. And I think they're far too cheap for what they do. Their damage output is insane. The fact they can return fire, intercept, they're too easy to be able to buff their ballistic skill to 5 with a number of add-ons, with like a simple Tech Marine, or you give them what's he called, the Master of Signals, which ignores all the night fight penalties as well, or whatever. You can make them scoring and fearless if you add a Herald in. There's a lot of easy ways to make them hard as nails, and I think 10 by themselves, vanilla, with just an augury scanner, is probably okay. Maybe. when you start adding in these different buffing characters, it gets a bit crazy, in my opinion. Would you agree?
So I think they're both. I think that they are both broken and they're beautiful, because I think that they can be really hard to deal with. And I think if you do not either have a lot of vehicles so they can take them on the chin and fire at them, or if you don't have certain things to deal with them, like 5-man recon squads,
Whirlwind Scorpius. We haven't talked about Whirlwind Scorpius. That's a perfect option for him. Yeah.
Or you deep strikers to come down. They can absolutely rain hell down upon you, and it can be terrifying to fire at them. If all of your squads are 10-man squads that you don't want to lose in one shot, and they're only going to put a couple wounds on these guys, then you are in a terrible position.
Yeah.
Like, they can take out a Contemptor in one turn, especially if that Contemptor, if they roll fairly okay and the Temptor rolls fairly bad, like they can wipe it out
easily. Yeah.
They could definitely take it out in 2 turns. So I think that the problem is they put a lot of terror and pressure on the board. And I think that you have to think about them when you're making your list. And again, we talked about the Volkites. The Volkites, I think, are a little bit better, like you said, because they only really threaten light vehicles and troops. These guys, like you said, can just kill Terminators. They can pull Terminators.
Yeah.
They can destroy dreadnoughts, and they can destroy vehicles, even squadrons of vehicles. So what you have to prepare for them, and I do on my list. But I mean, I run 10 of them in my Night Lords.
Yeah.
So I mean, I kind of know how to deal with them because I have them. I also use them to shoot at other people's Lascannon squads. So yeah, I think they're good. How do you avoid a negative play experience with these guys if you're running them and or if you're playing against them?
If you're running them, there'd be no harm in running 5. Oh, I don't know. It's hard. You could run 5 of these and 5 of the Volkite guys, and I don't think people would have a bad experience with that.
You could even run 2 squads of 5.
Yeah, because it's the return. It's the fact that it's 10 shots that are likely going to destroy whatever it is that they're shooting at is the issue. Same as 10 Volkite guys is an insane amount of shots. So I think limiting the number, you're less likely going to get, because it's going to be more fun for you as well, probably, because people know that they need to deal with these Lascannon teams now, right? They're so frequently used that you'd be silly not to build something to tailor it. My Emperor's Children list that I'm building now, which is a different list altogether, I'm including a couple Whirlwind Scorpius purely to deal with a heavy weapon squad, like straight away turn 1, 2 Scorpius rounds on it, barrage, can't see me, can't return fire to me. I've got Nuncio Vox to make sure I hit or give me very good chances to hit. Bang, bang, squad down. That's all squad ineffective, right? That's the idea. And I'd be less inclined to shoot that if there's smaller squads. It's not like, Jesus Christ, that needs to die now because it's going to cause me an issue straight away. So that's the problem, right?
Their sort of target priority when there's 10 of them is huge.
Yeah.
And I think but I think what gets people is they're like, if I use my queen to take out your queen, then my queen dies. And like some people don't like that kind of
No.
Like, me, I'm like, oh, I'll do that immediately. Like it's the very first thing I do with a smile on my face. But that's the kind of like suicide move that I love. I only get sad if I just flub my roll and I can't do anything. Yeah, I mean, it puts you in that high pressure situation. And like you're saying, you need to deal with it. And I think that you need to be aware of, if you want to be a good opponent, that your 10-man Lascannon squad can have a negative play experience on your opponent, right? And just kind of be aware of that. If you don't care, you don't care. It's fine. Go ahead. They are good, and they do a really good job. I've never seen anyone run 2 10-man Lascannon squads, I have to say. Have you?
No, I haven't, and I don't know why, to be honest. Like, I mean, other than being that guy, maybe that's the reason why you only ever see one, because people already know they're on the road to being that guy. I think that's maybe what it is.
I don't see many Contemptors. I don't see many more than one Contemptor every 1,000 points, and I don't see more than 10.
There's self-moderation. Yeah.
So my new list is
6 Contemptors and 30 Lascannon Marines. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Perfect.
There you go.
Easy.
Done. Sorted.
All right. Broken. Beautiful.
I once have seen someone run 20 Sun Killers.
In one squad, though.
In one squad.
And that's 750 points. They are not that great.
The funny part is while we say 10 is worth it and ridiculous, the 20 was just overkill. It was so many points put into one squad. It wasn't worth it.
Yeah.
Don't take 20 Sun Killers, Emperor's Children players. This is not worth it.
Yeah.
Take 10. That's fine.
Cool. Anything else you want to add?
Yeah, I just kind of want to jump into some alternatives.
Oh, go for it.
Maybe if you don't want to run 20 Lascannons, how do you feel about 20 multi-meltas? Or 10 multi-meltas.
I think the 10 multi-meltas could be hilarious and could work really well in certain legions, but the problem is you've got the range issue. So you're 24 max, 12 to get the 2d6 armor bane going off. But chuck them in rhinos, dump them up, just dump them in the middle of the board and go, cool, I'll control the middle of the board then. Just see what happens.
Similarly with Raven Guard, you can just start in the middle of the board and control the middle of the board.
And they're twin linked, right? So you're going to get more hits as well. There's a few things you can do with them. The AP1's good fun.
Guard, multi-melta squads.
Yeah.
Just moving around, hosing people with Melta. Oh my god, that is like I am so enamored with that idea.
Yeah, it's pretty
really, really cool.
Yeah, it's pretty good fun. The thing is you can afford to move and snap them as well. I mean, all right, you're hitting on 6s, but you're getting that twin link. Yeah. You're gonna get a couple, right? I don't know.
I mean, 5-man multi-melta squads instead, maybe. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, overall, I think don't be afraid of running Lascannon squads. As Pete has brought up before, 5-man squads are definitely 100% mellow. 10-man squads, I think the real problem is the return fire. I think it can definitely put a lot of pressure on your opponent if they don't know how to deal with them or they're not ready to deal with them. But overall, I don't think I still think you can run 10. I don't think you're broken if you run 10. I think if you run 20, you could just leave right now.
Yeah,
get out.
Yeah, we don't want to tell people stop running your 10 Lascannon Marines, you trash, because one in 4 Heresy players are running 10. And,
I run 10 Lascannons.
Yeah.
And I've never felt bad. Well, slightly. But yes, I mean, if you run 20, then just leave. Get out of this video.
Yeah, I think that's it. Thanks for watching, guys. Give it a link, give it a like, a link, a subscribe, whatever you want to do. Ciao.
We'll see you on the next one.